fever dream, or was there an adaptation of the Sam Hain episodes? There was a comic adaptation to the Sam Hain episodes.
I do know that Sam Hain shows up as a character again.
Oh, okay.
But is it an adaptation of the episode? I don't think so. I think it's a new, but I didn't read any of those now comics.
I did. I had a few growing up. Yeah, it was because it was the third biggest publisher at the time. They carried them at the gas stations, which is why these are newsstands down there. You know, on yours.
Oh, good call.
So I picked those up. I had picked up the Married with Children, a couple of those issues at the 7-Eleven.
Anyway, Matt seems to be working on it right now, like workshopping something. So, because we still don't seem to have a proper theme song for the show, Matt has been cooking up something for at least this episode, and we'll just, listen in on what he's got so far, at least.
I hope I'm ready.
And take it away, Matt.
Movies and comics.
Classy.
Awesome. The best part is you could put in your own lyrics when you want.
Imagination.
Mm-hmm.
Let me put this in story.
It's really bad.
That shrill last note really summed up the show.
That's my signature.
Yeah. Okay, great.
That's my signature sound. It's like an Ibanez 7-string guitar for Korn. Tuned to a drop D. Korn, anybody?
No. You know what? I actually recently put together like a little playlist of like new metal that I probably used to listen to.
That's POD.
You know what? You know what band seems to sound the best to me these days is Cold Chamber.
No, really?
Yeah, they kind of hold up. And like, yeah, Henry, what band are you singing? Because that sounds like all of them.
It does. That was all of the 1996 new metal bands. Yeah. They were on what was that record label? Was it Ozzy's record label?
They sound like they have like sort of a more industrial slant to them, and I think that industrial just stands the test of time a little better.
I saw them live. I don't know if
I did too.
With me.
Was I there? I don't know if I did either.
I saw them live at the
Roxy.
Roxy.
Drunk. Ooh, was I there? I don't think I was at that show.
I saw them down here actually at this traveling festival. Remember Tattoo the Earth with like Slipknot and Mudvayne?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
I saw Slayer. It was great.
Slayer's fun.
Melissa Etheridge.
Slayer.
Yeah,
she was there.
Yeah. All of the Sheryl Crow 1998 empowerment bullshit.
Sweet.
Yeah, no, I'm just kidding. There was a lot.
Every day's a winding road, my friend.
Dehydrations. People not used to being in heat, even though they live here in South Texas.
People dropping like flies.
I stayed hydrated, man. I spent those $8 on the bottles of waters. Yeah.
So this is Movies as Comics. Welcome
there it is.
to the show. Everybody, I'm Ozzy, and with me as always is Henry, and with us almost always is Matt.
Hi.
Hi. And also with us is a comic. Not just a comic, a movie comic. Henry, explain what that means.
This is an adaptation of a movie. Sometimes we go over theatrical shows on this program, but today is a movie. And now we're not talking about a comic book movie. We're talking about a movie. Yeah.
We're not talking about the MCU.
No.
Right. We're not talking about comic book movies. We're talking about movies that became comic books that were adapted into comics.
The only way you could get Ghostbusters 2 after seeing it in the theater was these 3 issues until the VHS release. Yeah.
Isn't that wild? And this is Now Comics. Now is doing a bunch of this kind of shit.
This is an art form, I think. You know,
now really well, those indie comics seem to really love to get their hands on these movie IPs.
Especially now. That's all Now was doing. You know, they had maybe Ralph Snart, and that was it. All the rest of
Yeah,
everything they were
I think
publishing-
that's it.
Yeah. That was it. Maybe the Cockroach. I think there was no. That was Dark Horse. Dark
That
Horse.
was
had the-
Nart.
That was eventually Dark Horse,
Eventually
but
Dark Horse,
I feel like, well, I want to say Innovation,
More
then
likely.
Innovation to Dark Horse. I could be wrong,
and man, Innovation as a publisher. is
but I think
crazy.
those early Roach Mill comics were Innovation.
Okay. Well, now is
don't
all we're talking Terminator, which is the first Alex Ross work in comics, was that Burning Earth series from now. We're talking
Yeah.
Married with Children, so TV adaptations. We're talking the Green Hornet that like survived all the way until now, disbanded in like 2001, I think.
2001. They went
Yeah,
that
yeah, yeah.
long.
It was
Publishing their own new material, or were they at that point just doing like reprints? And what was going on in Now Comics at the end?
Green Hornet, like 5 different titles, as many Green Hornet titles at like as many as Batman titles are being published at DC. There was those Green Hornets. There was Kato, Tales of the Green Hornet, and it wasn't just like, I don't even remember who the original Green Hornet is, the character is, but it was more like a legacy character. And so, depending on the different miniseries, they had these brand new writers, taking on different types of different ages: Silver Age Green Hornet, Modern Age, Future, 2099 Green Hornet, and Kato. Which was a great series. My dad was like balls deep in that fucking comic.
So how long? Yeah. What's wrong with your face? You don't like thinking about Henry's dad's balls?
Oh, balls deep.
Henry's dad's balls being deep inside a comic book.
One thing Matt he perks up on. So how many? So Henry now was doing Ghostbusters already when this adaptation happened.
The timing, I'm not sure of. That's the one part I forgot to look up. I know they were publishing Ghostbusters well through the 90s.
They had an ongoing.
They had an ongoing.
See how long it ran.
Yeah. I think it was 92, 94, something like that.
But they must have already had that ongoing going on when this happened. They must have, right? Because they must have.
I know the cover. I just don't know the date.
Yeah, the one with the pumpkin and the green.
Yeah, with Venkman on the cover.
Yeah.
Which is kind of a pricey book now.
Is it really?
I think so.
You mean for a Ghostbusters Now comic? Like we're talking $10, $15?
I think, yeah, maybe about 20 to 30. And like 2019, when everything was a lot higher, that was a $100 book.
I see one on eBay. It's 8.5 rating, and it's $500.
Holy shit! Is it signed or anything?
No, it's not. Someone just put that up for $500.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I'll have to check and see which one's actually sold. It's like probably $8 or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would feel that is about
people
right.
always really shoot for the moon when they put it on there.
$10. Yeah, everyone loves a good number one and slapping a price on it.
Yeah.
They must have already had the license though, because that's why they were using the characters in this movie adaptation. Because they already had the license for the animated version of the Ghostbusters. Then they got their hands on the license for the script for Ghostbusters 2, and they had nothing else. They didn't have the right
name.
Oh, you mean the penciler?
No, not just the penciler. We'll get to that. I mean, the guy who was putting all this together, the editor in chief at
Tony
Now.
Caputo. Tony Caputo. Did you read up anything about that guy?
No, I read more on the history. I didn't read up his personal history. I know that
he is the history pretty much.
He is the history? Oh, okay. I know there was 4 branches to what was it, like Caputo Entertainment Limited or something like that.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. And so he had the resources to go through and not just contract these licenses, but the legal teams to go and get, put the pieces together, like not, understanding that you can have the license for the animated characters, but not the logo or, any iteration of it, the script.
It said it. Yeah, it started in late '85 as a sole proprietorship. With the first publication shipping in May of '86, it became Caputo Publishing Incorporated in '87, and CPI grew into, I guess, what's oh
What on about?
oh.
What?
Listen to this. So well. In a 4-year period, CPI grew from a one-man operation with annual sales of $110,000 to an international multi-million-dollar corporation with close to 100 full-time employees and freelancers. And at one point, it was the number 3 position in comic book market share in the U.S. or something.
Yeah.
So it was like Marvel, DC, and now.
And now, Dark Horse was just coming up, but
Whew, that's crazy.
and now because of all those publishing, all the licensing deals, and then being at the newsstands.
During this period, CPI, and that's Caputo Publishing Incorporated, which they weren't necessarily in comics, I don't think, at that time. I think they were publishing different kinds of stuff.
That was typical for the time frame.
The comics happened literally because they ended up with licensing agreements.
Mm-hmm. And so, because it's expensive to restart printing presses.
Oh yeah. During CPI's growth period in the late 80s, they created such cross-promotional ventures as the Real Ghostbusters cereal with Ralston, and they created cross-promotional Slimer's Ecto Cooler with High C Drink with do you know who owned High C Drink at the time?
Heinz?
Coca-Cola Foods.
Oh, okay, Coca-Cola. Oh. You know, the Ralston is
Coca-Cola owned Ghostbusters.
Mm-hmm. The cereal was made by a dog food company.
That's crazy. Oh yeah, Ralston is dog food. That's right.
Yeah, that's Purina.
When you hear Ralston, you hear dog food.
So dog food, as we know it, was created by food corporations to do away with their scraps and waste material that they didn't know what to do with, and they wanted to be able to sell somehow. So they made up this idea that, like, oh, your dog needs kibble. It's everything a American household dog needs.
Protein.
Mm-hmm. And then around that same time, television was being invented. So they made all these commercials where there was a happy family and dogs, and they were going and getting their favorite food. And it's all a big scam and a lie to sell us giblets and scraps that they didn't know what to fucking do with, and they still wanted to bilk us for every fucking penny we were worth with their scraps. So they created kibble.
You sound a little bit mad about that.
I am kind of fucking mad about it.
It's almost like the system's been taking advantage of normal people for decades.
It's almost like that.
Don't we know a voice actor who did some of those early commercials?
Yeah, he's good at going, oh,
I love my kibble.
I don't fucking know. Anyway.
Grains are good for me.
Every 15-year-old Elvis Presley was bringing onto the set was impressed by Welker.
So this guy would now, Caputo was tied up in all these different marketing licenses.
Allegations.
What's an allegation when you marry one?
Sorry, Ozzy. We're just talking about Elvis Presley and the statutory rape of minors.
Man.
Oh, man.
I love how, because of the shows that we've been doing, dog commercials leads to Frank Welker, leads to Elvis, leads to rape. What is wrong with us?
We're always the 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon from that shit.
6 degrees of Elvis rape.
Hey,
always bring it back.
Leave me out of this.
Damn it, man. We're so wired wrong.
He's how old? 16? Too old.
Oh, shit.
Jesus.
Anyways, back to comics.
This is a comics show where we discuss comics.
It's kind of a similar origin.
I'm not going to look at anything anymore.
Has a similar origin to Charlton, almost, without being as, multi. What do they call that? When they're branched up into everything, including like dog food and
What did you say, Charlton?
Charlton Comics. Yeah. They
Oh.
started very in a similar way. They were in other types of publication, and they picked up comics to continue the printing presses, because if you had to stop and restart them from cold, I guess it's expensive because there's a lot of waste in paper and ink and stuff.
Oh, yeah, I never thought about that. That makes sense.
So they keep the presses going by just swapping out the plates and keeping the machine grinding. Or
Looks like
printing.
Charleston put out a lot of bullshit.
And put up a lot of bullshit.
Yeah. So now Comics put out a 3-part miniseries adapting Ghostbusters 2 after it came out in 1989. Is that also the date this comic has on it, or is this 1990? I didn't look, actually. I know the movie's 89.
I lost my copy.
And this comic must be...
I don't know.
Doesn't have a date on it.
Last page.
For crying out loud.
For crying out loud. Well,
it's not that hard to do, comics guys. Put a date on it.
That third issue cover is great. Oh man.
Don't you hate it in comics when you have to search for this material, and sometimes you even find it like in the middle of the book or like 10 pages in,
or at the end?
It says in 1989, at the same time they were publishing ongoing real Ghostbuster comics. Now comics adapted Ghostbusters 2, so it must have been 89.
This is a three-part series that adapted the movie, and just off the bat, I'm going to go ahead and say could have been 2, maybe 1.
Are you saying they stretched it for the
3 is a stretch? Yeah, it feels stretched here. The most fascinating thing about this to me, without reading it and just seeing the covers, is that it says the real Ghostbusters starring in Ghostbusters 2. What do you make of that, guys? So what's going on here? Oh,
I think the real Ghostbusters were so popular that they knew that this would sell a comic book.
I think that's all they had the rights to. I think that they had the rights for the likenesses of the Ghostbusters in cartoon form. They had the real Ghostbusters rights to depict those characters.
But don't draw Bill Murray as he is.
Especially don't draw Bill Murray.
Yeah.
Can I cut in with something else right here?
Please do.
In the IDW series, for Ghostbusters, there were several of them.
So are they the next publishers that picked up anything Ghostbusters after now? Is IDW?
Yeah.
Okay.
IDW,
did Boom do Ghostbusters as well?
No, Boom has only been around for 20 years, so they weren't around in the 90s. They just recently had their 20-year anniversary, and they had these variant covers. That's how I know that. But but the IDW series was they had like one writer, and like for the life of me I can't remember that writer's name right now. But he mentioned because they specifically asked him the same thing that we do. What do they work off of to write these adaptations? And what do they tell you to avoid? And apparently they're very strict, and I think I see that in the Ghostbusters 2 adaptation is that one page is like one page of script. Almost.
It's really 1-for-1. Is that what you mean?
Yeah.
No scenes. No, there are no scenes compacted into like a montage. They don't skip anything really. It's scene for scene for scene. Yeah. Well, doesn't the movie though? Also.
Yeah, that's true.
Is that the fault of the movie and the structure of the movie? Maybe. You guys want to talk about the movie a little bit first, or do you want to just get right into this?
Can I clear up a question I have?
Sure.
Because you told me to check out the comic adaptation of the Ghostbusters sequel, but the covers look different from what I have. Can I show you what I have?
Okay.
The best
Ghostbusters Answer the Call. Isn't that the sequel?
You didn't. Nothing else struck you as suspicious about this one, Matt?
The characters look different.
Like because of the boobs?
I don't notice gender.
Okay.
But I gotta say, this comic was a piece of shit. So I don't know what the movie was, but
you know what?
What is Ghostbusters Answer the call. What kind of other name is that?
I love Answer the Call. That was such an 11 o'clock. That was such like an 11th hour move for that movie because like they didn't know what to do with it or what to name it when it was coming out. I think it went through. I swear it was called like 3 different things before it came out, like that Superman movie.
What do we got? We got
What,
hold
Rest in
on.
Peace?
Ghostbusters. What did they do?
What? No, what's the
call
latest Superman movie? Didn't they call it like 3 things
phone
before they were like,
calls,
what did they land on?
Superman.
Ghostbusters.
It's just called Superman.
It's
No,
Superman 2026.
that's so fucking broke. They called it like 3 different goddamn things before they put the movie out. Anyway,
Ghostbusters Answer
Matt,
the Call.
Matt, have you seen Ghostbusters Frozen Empire?
I've watched 40 minutes of it.
It will
Turned
help
it
you
off.
appreciate Answer the Call in a whole new way. Because that movie is hot dog shit.
I saw enough of it to
Easily
never want to
the
watch
worst-
any Ghostbusters anything ever
The
again.
worst Ghostbusters anything I've ever seen. It is awful, that fucking movie.
How do you go from the first movie, Blowjob Ghost, to what's that kid's name? That girl, Finn Wolfhand?
Yeah,
Wolfhand.
Yeah, that chick.
Wolfhard.
she's adorable.
Yeah. How do you go to that? Capitalism.
Studios, capitalism, nepotism.
Oh,
Yeah, mostly studios.
Paul Feig.
and spreadsheets. Paul Feig, and honestly, in a big way, the Finn Wolfhard Ghostbusters was very much an answer and response to what Paul Feig did. There wouldn't be a Ghostbusters Afterlife if Ghostbusters Answer the Call didn't happen. I don't believe.
Yeah. People were so upset about it that they had to do something, and they're like, we're gonna save Ghostbusters.
We're gonna right this wrong with a new movie, and that's what that movie was.
I never saw Answer the Call.
I don't totally hate the first
You didn't see Girl Ghostbusters, Henry?
Jason Reitman.
It's not terrible.
It's
But
not bad. It's
It's just way off base. It's like it really misses the mark. It's really hard to put your finger on what's so bad about it.
yeah.
I think the thing is that there's nothing intrinsically bad about it. It's just there's nothing good about it. I don't
It's
know.
just- they
don't
treat
wanna
everything
talk
with
about that
such
movie anymore.
reverence. But
Yeah.
anyways.
I don't know if I can watch anything with Bill Murray anymore. I saw him on TikTok the other day, and it was him. He's like, day in the life of Bill Murray doing
Dude.
like odd jobs or something.
Wasn't just the last time we recorded, I was like, guys, Bill Murray's actually a piece of shit, and I
Yeah.
think I hate him.
Yeah, that's been stuck in my head, and so
Go
like
on,
all of a sudden
go
the universe,
on.
I manifest it, and he's there trying to like Bill Murray's a janitor for the day, and he's just giving this dude shit while he's doing his job. Like you see the janitor sweeping and stuff, and Bill Murray's
Mhm.
like, I guess I got to do that. Ugh.
Yeah,
Wrigley
he seems
Field.
like a piece of shit and like a real childish asshole too. Professionally, all is what I'm talking about, because that's what I've heard stories from like the sets of Ghostbusters, from his problems with Ghostbusters 2, and just making it as hard as he possibly could on the whole cast and crew, and some people who he would call his best friends in life, Harold Ramis and Dan Aykroyd. He's fucking around with them, and then he goes on to further fuck with Ramis on Groundhog Day, like
Yeah.
big time, to the point where
Wow.
it ruined their relationship for 20 fucking years afterwards.
Yeah. I think
Well,
his problems
fuck
go
that
all the
guy.
way back to SNL.
He's a petulant.
It's a lot of those
fucking
SNL guys.
man-child.
That was a culture.
Yes.
I don't think he's as bad as Chevy Chase,
Yeah.
Maybe not.
but just something about that the guys in that original group, they're just like fucking assholes to everybody.
Belushi,
Bill Murray
he would
has
still be alive.
If you want Bill Murray in a movie, he's got a 1-800 number that you call and leave a message on, and he checks it like twice a year, and hopefully he gets it. Fuck that piece
Yeah.
of shit, you know?
That's how Wes Anderson tied him down for a couple of movies.
Shit, I know. I'm sure when he got older and he tried to Anderson out, I'm sure he
Yeah.
lightened up on that shit a little bit, I bet.
Because he was doing elephant movies. He did that
Mhm.
fucking
He did like 3 elephant movies in the 90s.
Yeah, his career was pretty much dead until Wes Anderson pulled him out.
I will hear not a single bad word about Quick Change, however. Not a word.
I don't even know what that is.
I don't know what that is.
I don't. That's. Are you saying that in a disparagingly what?
No,
way?
I'm just saying. Explain it to me.
Yeah.
What is quick change?
I don't even want to tell you. You know what? You're not
Okay,
cool enough. You're
fuck
not
you.
cool enough to be in the club. All right.
Is that the one where he's in clown makeup?
Yes.
No, okay, never mind. I've heard of it.
It's Gina Davis and fucking Randy Quaid.
No,
Matt, you have no idea what I'm talking about, really?
No, I really don't. I want to look.
It's,
Oh, it's a
heist
wonderful,
movie.
underrated movie with Bill Murray. They rob a bank, and the whole movie's about them trying to get out of New York and get to a plane with the money they've stolen. And they get into shenanigans.
Oh, I had no idea this existed.
That's incredible. Matt, you should pay yourself do yourself a favor and watch it.
I might have to.
Love it. Anyway, this is a comic book. It's 3 issues. Henry, have you ever read this before?
No, but I've seen it.
Oh.
I know of the covers. I mean,
Mhm.
it was very well printed. It's top quality, I think. So it lasted. Right? It's a thicker paper stock, not cardstock. It's paper
It
stock.
is. The interior paper is pretty thick. That's correct.
All this hard work, and all you have to say is the paper's nice.
And
My
it's pretty
God.
bright. You know,
It's like 90% of my days.
yeah. What else about this?
Interesting
That's it.
artwork, huh? That's it. We're done. Under an hour.
Interesting artwork.
I actually like the colors a lot in this. I like how colorful it is, and like the weird color schemes that they chose for some of the panels.
Yeah.
I actually really enjoyed it.
I think it's airbrushed, isn't it?
It looks like it.
Maybe. Do you think airbrush or watercolor?
I don't know. That's the house style for them, though. So if you open up a Married with Children book, or even those Terminator books by Alex Ross, they're in that color scheme and color style.
Well, they only had in the beginning. They only had a couple artists and stuff writing for them, and one was penciler John Tobias. And that name jumped out at me the other day when I was looking through this book. I was like, John Tobias, the Mortal Kombat guy?
Yeah.
Like, yep, that guy.
That motherfucker.
that John
What else
Tobias.
did he do?
I did not know that he was in comics before he was in video games.
That's where I know the name from.
Mortal Kombat.
Yep.
Yeah.
You got it. John Tobias and Ed Boon.
Yeah, wasn't there a little Easter egg in the video games with Tobias?
Well, yeah, like I think they were the guys who showed up and were like toasty, like
A little corner box thing. I'm not.
One of the characters was one of the ninja robot characters was called Noob Saibot, which is their last names reversed. It's Tobias and Boone. So Noob Saibot.
Got it.
He was doing
stuff like that.
Not just this book. He was doing the Real Ghostbusters ongoing too. Under now.
He was doing the ongoing. He is credited, I think, and I think he was mostly doing covers. Like he did not wait. Did he do the interiors here?
Yeah, he did.
Oh, it says here. It says, by the way, in the credits, Suzanne Detchnik painted colors.
Painted, so it is watercolor more than likely.
Yeah.
Wow, cool.
I don't like the overuse of the color yellow in these books. I think they use yellow a little too much. But that was just
it is quite a bit of yellow.
There's a lot like used where it should be, I don't know, white, tan, something else, but some of the pages are just like, if I were Green Lantern, I'd be having a hard time. So yeah, they used the real Ghostbusters in this. So it's like you're watching Ghostbusters 2, but you're looking at the characters from the real Ghostbusters, which I didn't expect to be as jarring as it is. But it was very jarring for me reading through this. It just doesn't jive. Like the real Ghostbuster characters are... Reading through this, I realized how different the cartoon characters are from the movie counterparts. And they don't work together here. Like looking at the real Ghostbusters and going through this story that I'm also very familiar with, something wasn't clicking.
You can see that right away. First half of the first issue, all that Venkman stuff is absolutely Murray.
Yeah, it's not
just because they pulled
Venkman from the real Ghostbusters,
No,
right?
it's not. No.
And it's also weird seeing them dressed in like such normal people clothes all the time. Because like you in the cartoon, they're always dressed in their jumpsuits, like for fucking everything. They're cartoons, you know. But in this, not all the time, actually. And then it also, this book also makes me really focus on the flaws of the movie itself.
In what way? What flaws?
I was actually really hoping you guys might help me this episode come to terms with something I've been trying to come to terms with for a long time, and it's that Ghostbusters 2 is not actually that good.
I like it.
It's actually not as good as the first movie. Ask
Agree
10-year-old
to
me.
disagree.
Ask 10-year-old me, like, which one's better? I'd be, ooh, that's tough. They are both equally as great. And that is just wrong. I was
wrong.
far off. Yes, I was very wrong. I apologize. It might be the farthest off I've ever been on a movie that I was sure of as a child and now as an adult. You know, I
think you're wrong.
I
think
see
you
where
get
I
too
was
much
wrong.
hate.
You think it gets too much hate? You think it's overly hated as a movie?
Yes, I do.
Really? Okay.
Yep.
You love emotional slime.
So you must, if you've listened to all the
love-
hate, you must have heard, all the points that people made about why it's not good.
I probably haven't. I don't know. Maybe. What are people saying?
The setup doesn't make any sense.
How so?
5 years goes by.
Yeah.
Can you tell me what happened in those 5 years?
Everybody forgets that there was a big ghost outbreak.
That's one of the things that apparently has happened in 5 years.
Okay. I'm willing to let that slide. What else?
Dana Barrett, professional musician for the New York, probably like Philharmonic Orchestra,
All of a sudden,
decided that, well, you know what, since I'm having a baby,
painting restoration.
Here's just a side hustle, painting restoration, which is also like a very professional, highly skilled job.
Takes decades.
oh,
to
you need a
learn.
PhD to do it at the level that she was.
They don't even let you touch a painting until you have
They
a
don't let me
degree.
touch a painting. No, you got to have a post fucking graduate degree.
I'm going to tell you the truth. Never thought about that part. Never even crossed my mind.
There was no blowjob ghost.
I kind of like how they open on the Ghostbusters and like they're doing parties. I sort of like that. I sort of like that gag. I like that Ray ended up in an occult bookstore. I like that Venkman has a cable access weird paranormal show.
Yeah.
That's all fun. That's all really fun.
I kind of like that. However, I don't believe that Venkman would have that super cool New York apartment that he has on the salary of someone that's running a cable access shitty show. What is it? He's like Wayne's World, and you think he's making a living? No, nope.
There's not like a lot of sponsors lining up for that shit.
Yeah,
that's the problem with every.
There
movie,
might
though.
have been had they they reinforced the whole ghost outbreak thing, then maybe like the paranormal would have been a lot more lucrative.
So did the city was the whole city convinced that like they made it all up and they put on a show and what happened in New York is that what happened? Or are there people out there who are like, they stand by the Ghostbusters, we believe you,
The government would never do that.
I would love to find out like what the general public's take on the Ghostbusters is. I mean, I guess you get the idea from fucking Ivan Reitman's fucking stupid son at his dumb birthday party.
Oh, I just wanted to say, Ivan Reitman. I watched a lot of the behind-the-scenes interviews, and Ivan Reitman looks like a depressed skeleton.
He was very sad, sitting next to his son, trying to fluff up the new movie.
His eyes are like drooping down to the middle of his cheeks.
Dude's had it, yeah. I also want to take back a few of the things I said about Ivan Reitman and his lack of input in the original Ghostbusters. You know, the more I read and learn about it, the more I understand that he definitely had a lot of input in the first movie, to the point that it would not be what it was without him. And
going back to the problems that you have with Ghostbusters 2, the movie, is there any of these questions that could be answered by watching Ghostbusters Answer the Call?
no, that doesn't clarify anything.
End of question.
As a matter of fact, it just muddies the water even more. Is it a prequel? Is it a sequel? Is it a remake? I don't fucking know. Bill Murray's there. He's not Venkman. I don't know.
Do you remember in Ghostbusters Answer the Call when
It's such a piece of shit. I'm go fuck yourself, Matt.
Get out of my friend, Ghost, and then she slaps her. Remember, Bill Murray didn't want to stand up for that movie?
I'm gonna change your name to the Scourge of Carpathia.
The Sorrow of Moldavia.
He sits on a throne of blood. Oh man. There are some things this comic fixes, actually.
Okay, like I want to talk about one thing on the comics before you move on.
Okay, from the comic, we're not moving on from the comic. That's the end of the show.
Before you move on from the comic, the huge bubbles where they have to fit in all the dialogue from the movie.
Yeah,
and the bubbles are gigantic.
I hate how some of them go off into another panel and they're hanging out in another panel, but they've got the little line going to the other one. I think that's kind of sloppy.
The bubble guy at the comic book was just like, God damn, I have my work cut out for me. My work cut out for me. There's a bubble guy, is there?
Well, I do like that. Even though the Ghostbusters are in like street clothes for a lot of this, which I don't appreciate, they're still giving Egon like his real Ghostbusters color scheme of like the teal and pink.
Yeah. The brown for Venkman. Yeah.
You got the brown and green for Venkman, and they kind of hold to that, which I rather enjoy. You know, that was an artistic choice by them to do so, to make it click, and I like that. Vigo starts showing up, and really I sort of like that. What they're doing here with Vigo, because it's got to be hard to do something. Some things don't translate from movies to comics because movies are very visual, and unless you can see the movement, you don't understand. For instance, in the very beginning, this had got to be tough for them to do, is get the idea across that her baby carriage started to move on its own and continued moving. Like that's a hard thing to convey without the characters saying out loud, "Oh my God, the carriage, it's moving by itself." You know, you'd have to write in that kind of crappy like exposition dialogue, which would crap it up. So like, there's no great way to do this really. But they kind of make it work. You know, you get it. However, there are some moments in this comic where like, well, if you didn't see the movie, you'd have no idea what was going on here.
Yeah, I wonder how many kids actually read the comic before they saw the movie.
What do you think in 1989?
It's a very obvious purpose on this, especially because it was I think we found out it was published at the same time.
Yeah,
as the movie. So the movie was released, and then you immediately go to the gas station because you got to put gas in the car, and then all of a sudden there's Ghostbusters 2, and it's 1-for-1.
You could also really tell that they must have been going off a script. I don't think they saw too much. Maybe they saw a little bit, but they didn't seem to know too much about what some of the things looked like. And also, you could really tell that Bill Murray finally showed up to set, and he finally showed up at some point and just started ad-libbing a bunch of his lines and doing Bill Murray shit, which they couldn't have possibly known for this comic book. So the lines you get in here where you would get a classic Bill Murray joke are all different, which leads me to believe like Bill Murray came in and just like improvised, you know,
just shit all over everything.
Also that probably, yeah. But improvised. I still to this day get Peter and Ray mixed up as characters
Oh yeah, that's way too close.
of the real Ghostbusters. I
Yeah.
always did as a kid, and I don't know why. It's a hair color thing. I'm not sure. Neither
That
of them
pilot.
really resemble neither Dan Aykroyd nor Bill Murray.
The unaired pilot that we talked about last week, that
Mhm.
version of Venkman looks a lot like Ray. With the rounder face, like
Oh yeah, yeah,
Bill
yeah,
Murray
yeah,
actually has. Yeah.
yeah. You're right. They get to World of the Psychic in here and do his show, and you could tell that they hadn't seen it because they just put him against the black background. They didn't know what the set on the movie was gonna look like.
And to be fair,
I
though,
didn't
public
know.
access, it's going to be a solid color background.
If you watch
Should
the
be
deleted scenes from Ghostbusters 2, they have a whole new segment of Bill Murray doing his show with like different guests on, like a weird musical guest, and there's a whole different take to that show.
No way, I didn't see those. I gotta check that out.
You can watch all the deleted scenes and alternate takes, and yeah, it's actually a lot funnier in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
They made the show seem a lot more like low budget, which I think fits the show itself. But
I watched a video about the differences in the different versions of the scripts that they had while they were making this, and it was showing some of the deleted scenes, like the bad guy, one of the government guys gets sucked into the pink goo building at the end.
Does that happen in the movie? Is there a deleted scene like that?
There's a deleted scene where he's banging on the wall at the front door, and then he gets sucked in and his shoes pop out.
I'll show you where that happens in the comic. Right there. Boop,
Yep.
boop, flap.
Yep. It was in the movie, but they cut it out.
Oh, I didn't know that. I didn't see that scene.
Hey, Matt, all those onomatopoeias in there are done by the bubble guy.
Interesting.
It's
They're
true.
all massive. They're very colorful.
I love the bubble guy on this. He really put in his work.
Bubble guy's good.
It's too yellow. Look at all this. It's just like pure yellow.
Yeah.
I don't like
There's a
it.
lot of yellow. There's a lot of night scenes with
It's
yellow.
shadowed in yellow and blacks. Yellow and blacks. I
All
don't
these
know.
night scenes in yellow. I said, what is this, Blade 2?
Yeah.
Damn it. That movie is so yellow and brown. It looks like I'm viewing it through a glass of beer. The whole movie.
That's the world of Guillermo del Toro.
So yeah, like all of Peter's little quips are off, and like I'm saying, like Bill Murray came and did his own fucking lines, and they didn't know anything about those.
Also, Bill Murray was doing lines.
Yes.
Yes.
Also, the lines of cocaine.
Yes.
I think
Come
they do a
on,
terrible.
improv fuel.
I think they do a terrible job drawing a baby in this comic.
Yeah. It's a fucking weird baby.
I think it's a very weird looking baby. Some of the jokes, I think, some of the jokes in this that stuck, I was actually surprised because you would think that they would be like, well, this is for the kids, but they leave in all the sex jokes.
That twisting of Ray's ear in the beginning too is
Oh yeah,
scene for scene. Yeah.
they
When he-
leave in when they're doing the slime. They're showing them like, hey, we've been doing experiments with the slime, and Peter's like, you haven't been fucking it, have you? They give him that like look with no words. That is in this comic. They did not drop that joke.
Oh, you dog.
You dog.
You dog.
Your
It's
love
pretty good.
lifts me higher.
Yeah. Do-do-do-do-do-do.
See, I didn't get this far looking at the comments. I just looked at the first two issues. Did they reference any song being played?
Yeah, no, they
No.
didn't actually, and I don't know how they would actually do that. Henry and I have seen that done
You've
with
seen that done,
actual lyrics from a song, right?
Yeah.
We got to go
Yeah.
to the bubble guy for that. Figure it
In
out.
this, okay, I'll skip right to it. But all you get is a sorry.
Oh, the rushed
Mm.
ending. The rush on the rush.
No, I'm talking about like when they kick in the jams to make the Statue of Liberty come alive.
Oh,
With that
yeah.
with the upbeat Jackie Wilson, super positive, higher and higher.
Yeah, apparently one of the other deleted scenes or one of the deleted things from the script was they were going to play a lot of different music like John Lennon Yoko Ono type like peace love music and
like hippie sit-in shit.
yeah,
Like,
yeah,
ooh, that's a bad idea.
really
Yeah.
bad idea.
I'm surprised that this era they weren't going with the king of pop, Michael Jackson. Honestly, 89.
Fucking A,
Oh
dude.
yeah,
Like, why did
Prince.
they not do that? Yeah,
Prince is already busy on Batman though.
this is like a man in the mirror situation or something. I don't know. Anyway, all you get is a sorry. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Boom, boom, boom.
Yeah.
Bass.
And that's the end of it. That
I said, "Hey, what's up?"
signifies
Hello.
that music is coming out. But again, like if you didn't see the movie and realize what was going on here, you'd be real lost on what was happening. Like they're in here doing something. You see them setting up the speakers, but they don't say that they're setting up speakers or sound systems. I just know that because I've seen the movie.
Mm-hmm.
And then he pulls up what looks to be like a Walkman tape player, and he goes, "Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4," and then you hear boom, boom, boom. I don't know what boom, boom, boom is exactly.
Yeah.
You know. And they don't have a line later like, "Oh, this super positive music is really working."
Mm-hmm.
Nothing like that. It's just like she's really moving now, and it's just like, wait, why? The boom booms? What was the boom boom? You know,
Miniature explosion.
It's the boom boom.
What was the boom boom?
I would love to speculate on which song it was, according to what boom 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 was.
So it's like some of the cheesy moments, like, oh, how cute, they're controlling it with a Nintendo controller. They must have thought that was so fucking cute at the time, you know. They're not doing that here, so that's not as annoying. You don't get little lines. I hate one of my favorite scenes in Ghostbusters 2, of course, is the Scoleri brothers sequence.
The Scoleri brothers. Yeah.
I mean,
Trying
that
for
whole
murder. Give him the chair.
that whole sequence is just so great, you know.
So great.
And it ends on
God, the Scoleri
oh
brothers.
my god, the Scoleri brothers.
I know that scene by heart. Friends of yours trying for murder. Give him the chair.
Why don't you just tell them you don't believe in ghosts? Anyway. Fucking
just one side note, the judge in that scene, amazing character actor that did one of the best episodes of Star Trek Deep Space Nine ever.
Oh, sweet.
Do you remember which one, Henry?
No, what?
He's the Cardassian that gets plastic surgery to look like the war criminal.
Oh.
And turns out that
son of a bitch.
It's in the first season.
Yeah. That's one of like those rip-off episodes of Babylon 5. That remember I told you I wasn't watching Deep Space Nine because I felt like a lot of it was all right.
Ozzy's getting upset with us.
I saw that.
Sorry, Ozzy.
We'll take that out.
Sorry. Sorry, we're done.
Boom, boom, boom.
Boom, boom, boom.
We do not go where no man has gone before on this show.
It's a good episode.
Or do we? I don't know. Are we the first podcast to do a deep dive coverage of the Ghostbusters 2 comic adaptation? Maybe. Perhaps we are treading on new grounds. Oh,
I can almost guarantee it that is true.
Yeah. Hey, here's another thing. This is issue 1. They just went in the ground and underground in New York and discovered the river of slime, and it's all depicted as green.
Green, yeah.
Why do you think that happened? Do you think
also
they didn't
the
know?
hands?
And then, the hands.
Yeah.
Well, that kind of happened in the movie.
Kind of did, but it was just like
tentacles.
Like eruptions.
Yeah, they didn't know exactly how they were going to do it exactly, but it must have been in the script. And so it's green here, and I was like, oh, cool. Did they not know it was going to be pink, and are they going to do green slime through the whole book? But no, it's pink. Like the next time you see it, what do we get to the moment in Dana's bathtub where the bathtub eats the baby or something? Here it is.
Issue, isn't it?
Here it is. They've got it in court, and it's sitting in the courtroom, and that's how the Scoleri brothers show up. It's green there as well.
Maybe I have a different theory.
They clearly didn't know what the Scoleri brothers were gonna look like, their monsterish forms, so they just did like tough guys, which goes back to like
the bars, the stripes.
I think maybe last episode Matt brought up like how come they don't have real dead people ghosts in Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
I think just because it's kind of boring. Like as soon as you see real people, it's like, well, that's not quite as fun. It makes me think of like the jogger ghost, you know?
Yeah, the Titanic
Guy jogging.
ghost coming out of the book.
Oh, the Titanic.
Better late than never.
I had a lot of those types in this movie. But then they had even more. They had things that even further confused the rules of like the afterlife and how it works. Because what the lady with there's like ghost dinosaurs coming out later, like dinosaur monsters that are ghosts.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, it's like coming out through the New York under the bridge or something. It looks like a goddamn Rancor from Star Wars, and it's
okay, yeah, okay, sorry, yeah.
Some lady's mink coat comes alive, and it's like, are those ghosts or are they possessed dead creatures? Did she have a coat that had mink heads on it? What's going on here?
I think it's ghosts possessing the coat.
What's up with the blowjob ghost?
Why do you keep bringing that up?
Henry loves the blowjob ghost.
Who
That's the third time you've brought it up unsolicited, and we're not responding to it.
I know, but every single Ghostbusters property after the first one was a family-friendly, children's oriented, breakfast cereal. But then the first movie's got blowjob ghost.
Yeah,
so it's fun to say blowjob ghost.
Yeah.
It's just Dan Aykroyd just wants a thing in there about how he got a blowjob from a ghost. That's all it is.
See what I mean? Didn't that
he
good?
told stories of Mama Cass ghost snuggling up to him in bed.
What?
Yeah, he tries to write a blowjob ghost into every script, but it eventually gets like Iron Ryman's like, dude, Blues Brothers with the blowjob ghost? Come on. What's going on?
God damn it, Reitman.
I'm gonna get it in some movie.
Yeah, he used to tell the story that he lived in Mama Cass's old house, and her ghost would haunt the house. And he said that she would snuggle up to him in bed. He says, I could tell it was Mama Cass because it felt like a big ghost. and I would just snuggle right up to her. I'm like, fucking Dan Aykroyd, you are crazy as shit.
Such a lunatic.
Oh, by the way, if you guys ever want a fucking good laugh, watch Dan Aykroyd on UFOs. I think you can watch it on YouTube.
It's a lot of fun.
It's him smoking for 2 hours and chain smoking while talking about aliens, and it's fucking wacky.
I'll listen to that for hours.
I'm gonna go in there now. I'll see you guys later.
And it's just like some guy got a thing to go like, hey, can I interview about fucking UFOs? And he's like, can you?
And he just has
two cartons of cigarettes.
2 cartons of cigarettes.
So Slimer's back in this movie, and no one really knows why. He's kind of just there. I mean, we know why from a business perspective because he's a popular character in the cartoon and all that stuff. But nobody knows why in story why he's in the movie. Like, there's really no reason. And they did have a couple scenes that I think made all that work a little better. That were cut, and that involved like Louis Tully working around the firehouse and dealing with Slimer showing up and trying to capture him and befriend him.
So
and like that was sort of like a B plot of Ghostbusters 2 that they almost completely dropped. Almost.
So check this out. There was a deleted script part for part 2 where Slimer has to explain to Venkman that Sigourney Weaver's character.
Dana
Barrett's child is on the roof of the apartment and is crawling out. Slimer has to explain to one of the Ghostbusters that the kid's up there. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
I don't know if it's a Lassie thing, like it's like doing it all pantomime.
Yeah.
Yeah. I thought that was weird.
Some of the scenes that really stick out in the movie, like the ghost nanny that shows up and gets the baby, that's such a standout moment from the movie that everybody remembers. And it feels like it's just sort of farted away in this comic. That moment, like the moments do not hit in this where they did in the movie. You know,
I was going to say they didn't really hit in the movie though.
oh, that moment,
Like a lot of
hit.
it's forgettable.
That moment's pretty creepy.
The moment where he shows up and you hear the music going twiddle 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 twiddle, and he shows up and his eyes flash and his arm stretches out.
The arm stretches, yeah.
And she grows to grab and he goes away real quick. Like, that's super memorable. Like, I remember every visual of that. The tub as well is really kind of shit away here, Henry. It's really kind of lackluster and it doesn't really nail it. But again, like, these are all very visual things that how do you do that in a comic book and have it land without the movement and the music and all that stuff, you know?
Well, originally the tub came alive and gave Dan Aykroyd a blowjob.
That's how you wrote it first.
And then Reitman goes,
okay, fellas.
Turns the page and goes, God damn it, Aykroyd. What?
I tell you what, that ghost gave me the best goddamn blowjob this side of the Potomac.
Sucked me dry.
Here we've got Glorb, and you see the tub grabbing pink slime this time. I still don't know why they switched. They did green and then pink later. I'm not sure how that happened.
It might have just been we don't have any pink ink this week.
I think you might be onto something there, man.
Yeah. One of the onomatopoeias is glosh.
Yeah, glosh.
Gosh.
I like what they do with Vigo. So, like, this is another thing that's like got to be really hard to translate into comics is like we in the movie, when we're watching, when characters are turned away, we get to see Vigo slightly move or look or glance or something. And we are in on that. And, you know, but how do you do that in a comic exactly? That's
Same way
hard.
you do it in real life.
Shifty eyes when no one's looking.
Well, yeah, but a lot of it is like through the movement in the imagination while you're going from panel to panel.
Yeah, right? I think what it felt like they were trying to do here, I kind of like, is when Vigo is moving, they put him in color, and when he's not, he's more in like a shadow as a monotone color. So that indicates a little better that the painting is not alive and moving at that moment. But then when the characters are turned away and talking, it comes to color, and it's like, and these little kind of like Kirby crackle energy things kind of are coming off of it, and that's how you know. And I think that's a cool like artistic method for doing that. But then that doesn't, as I went along in the comic, that doesn't exactly seem to be a rule that they were adhering to, because that was sort of falling apart for me towards the end. I was like, well, he's also color here and he's not moving at all, so maybe my theory is trash. I don't know.
One panel and it's mutant void.
I think they were kind of trying to do that, and I appreciate that. Yeah. You know,
I figured out what the baby looks like every time
What's wrong with the?
I figured it out.
Okay.
It looks like medieval depictions of Jesus, where it's just like a little man.
Yeah, it's like a man body but small. Like it doesn't have
a little man in diapers.
You're right. It's like too skinny and not like roly poly like a baby.
Yeah, like
it's just like, hey.
Fleshy,
yeah, just like
yeah.
Well, he is named after a hot dog. You poor child.
I wonder if Tobias like plays the whole like corporate game well, because this is nothing like anything that he would design in for Mortal Kombat. You know,
I don't know if I've ever seen like the original designs from. I assume that Tobias was the guy that did the original like character design.
The game,
since he had the artistic talent.
Yeah,
but I don't know if I've ever seen that stuff.
He was doing the game before that was what was it with who had controllers? Smash TV.
Who had the Mortal Kombat comic? Because they had a comic
Malibu.
Like pretty quick. Oh, Malibu.
Right. So another one of those indie titles that was licensing things anywhere they could. But yeah, he did the Blood and Thunder, I think was the name of the series, something like that.
They add little bits back into the comic that were dropped also, like the subplot of Ray Stantz being possessed by Vigo and becoming angry, and he goes on like an angry driving tirade through the city while he's possessed. That's just stuff that was supposed to happen in the movie. So therefore, in the end of the movie, when Ray gets possessed by Vigo, it's not completely unprecedented.
Mm-hmm.
It's like they had sort of a link going on already. And they bring that back. They bring that back into the comic book.
I mean, sudden.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But again, I mean, bringing all this stuff down, looks like a bunch of assholes right there. And bringing back a few of those bits does not constitute 3 issues still. This could have been condensed into 2 issues.
There's that Ralph Snart.
But you're right. Like, this is a whole page. They could have, look at this action. This is them. They've got the line in the slime trying to get the depth of the slime river, and they're pulling. Then they start to slip. Then something's pulling them. Then they're going in. Why does this take a whole fucking page and 6 panels to do this? You know?
Yeah.
What the hell? They really like take their time. Like you were right, Henry. Like 1-to-1 scenes.
Mm-hmm.
It gets old.
Like the Tiger Electronics toy.
I do miss that, like, since there was a lesser publisher, you don't get quite as many fun ads. Mm-hmm. You know, it's mostly in-house stuff, and maybe one, like Tiger
Electronics. Yeah, that's a good.
The now comics of video games.
It bothered me that they kept calling the Statue of Liberty Lib.
You picked up on that too?
Yeah.
It's like 8 or 9 times they call it Lib or Libby, and it's awful.
Yeah, I didn't like it.
You're right. How long has it been since you were actually able to go up into the head of the Statue of Liberty? I know that you were able to. I don't know
when they cut that off.
I feel like it was the turn of the goddamn 19th century. Like it was like 1910 or something like that.
Yeah, you see old photos like fucking women in hoop skirts going like, "Hey, we're in the top."
Yeah, right.
You don't see anything after that.
Because they fell off.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think they shut down tourists in the top of the statue like 100 years ago or more. So that's about it. I mean, I really don't like these backgrounds.
That's a rush job, if you ask me.
Is that what's going on here?
It may be.
Or is it just that they weren't too familiar with where the setting was going to be and what exactly it was going to look like? So therefore they were like, well, we better play it safe and not get it wrong, but just don't try at all.
Yeah.
1916 Aussie.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
That does cut down the time you have to spend on drawing a page, though.
True.
So
what about these weird
black?
What about this weird business with the black colors that I was trying to show you earlier in a text?
Oh, the 2 different shades of black.
So they must have used black in the pencil, the ink art in the coloring, right? Like black was used during the color painting. And then once that layer was put on top of the solid black background, there was a contrast.
A contrast like that. That's weird because they know exactly what hue to use.
Mm-hmm.
I have a colorist page here. It's full of coding, so I don't know if this page is from the 90s, but I'm assuming it wouldn't have been that different in '89.
Anyway,
yeah, and maybe it's a result of the medium that they use too. You know, if like they were using watercolors or something, that maybe certain areas needed to be retinted on the plate or whatever.
I like this coloring. I like this.
Red. That's from the bubble guy. Yeah.
Green and yellow and red highlights and coloring.
That's exactly how the ongoing series was too. The coloring on that was a little darker, but yeah.
Another thing that's weird about looking at the real Ghostbusters in this comic book is that, well, of course, in a comic book, they're able to make the characters much more expressive, like their faces.
Yeah.
You don't get that in the cartoon. They've got 4 different faces that they could make, and that's all they could afford to animate. It's like
that's that Hanna-Barbera style too, though.
That's also something that I'm so used to looking at these guys making those 5 different faces, and here they're super emotive everywhere, and it just kind of feels off. It feels wrong when I'm looking at the real Ghostbusters. They put them in their color-coded jumpsuits also. Yeah. So like not only are they the real Ghostbusters in the face, but they're also all wearing their own colors. So we don't get Vigo Ray at the end of this comic book, by the way. Oh, Ray, Vigo, like that whole thing where he's like a weird monkey Ray. Mm-hmm. None of that happens in the comic book. No. All that happens here is like Ray is a little too close to the Vigo painting at the end, and Vigo jumps out and physically grabs him and tries to pull Ray in as they're shooting him with slime, and Ray kind of gets slimed in the crossfire.
The positive slime,
which they also don't do a very good job at explaining in this comic book, that the slime was charged positively. They don't really do a good job. They explain it in the movie, but not in this comic book. If you hadn't watched the movie, I don't think you'd understand what was going on very well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I had to fill in the gaps a lot of the time.
I wish in the movie they had played a little harder into that. They were setting it up in the beginning, because when you come into Egon and what he's been up to, he's in a research program, and he's researching how mood affects different rooms and stuff like that. So he was literally like researching this idea already when the movie opened. And I wish they just would have put like a little more emphasis on that idea, and that, like, I don't know. Exactly.
No, it makes it more of like a big bad instead of like a coincidental thing.
Yeah, it's sort of wishy-washy with like how it happened and what was going on, and yeah. Anyway, I don't know what else about this comic book.
No, yeah, I don't. Oh.
Yeah, look at him right here in this panel. The baby.
Yeah, it's a little man.
It's a little man. He kind of looks like Bobby Hill.
It's Wabi Sabi.
So yeah,
Statue of Liberty.
Statue of Liberty. I guess on the ground. I don't know what I'm looking at here.
It's flying because of those clouds.
Hard to read.
I wish that you could see like little feet and legs poking out from underneath the statue here, like it crushed like
it just fell on a crowd of people.
It fell and crushed like 500 people. Little ambulance lights around it and everything. But this must be the Statue of Liberty having fallen on the ground or something. No,
I figured it was back in place, and those are like clouds around it.
Okay, I get it. I think those are dust clouds, like
from it falling on the ground.
It's from 9/11 or something.
Ooh, what do you think the Ghostbusters were doing on 9/11?
Oh, that hasn't happened yet. Because look,
all
good.
Oh, I don't know. Sweet. How do you know that's New York? I don't get it.
It's all good. Manhattan Island. Yeah. Anyway, I'm closing the cover.
In closing, Ghostbusters 2, good movie.
Issues? Nope.
No.
I've fooled myself for way too long about Ghostbusters 2, and I'm done, guys. I'm done fooling myself. Done living in denial. It's not a good movie. I get it.
It's just a phase.
I understand.
The nostalgia kick will get you again,
Mom.
And...
Not a phase. This is my life.
I hate Ghostbusters 2, Mom.
In this house, we don't shit talk on Bill Murray. He's a
like I loved it when I was a kid. Actually, I was more jazzed coming out of that movie than maybe any other movie I've ever seen. Almost ever.
It's almost like you were slimed.
Almost like I was slimed with positive slime.
Positive slime, yeah.
Little Ozzy coming out.
Your love. Yeah. I'm serious. That's what it was like for me.
Your parents looking at you like, Jesus.
I would have told you that, like, wow,
What
I
about
didn't think they could do it again, but here we are. You know,
You
like
can only catch lightning in a bottle once, but they did it twice.
they proved it wrong.
what about the new theme song? I forgot to mention that.
There are so many little problems like that. The new fucking theme
The
song,
new theme
the
song by Bobby
sign,
Brown.
the sign now, the Ghostbuster symbol now for some reason holding up the number 2 like it knows it's in a sequel.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what the fuck that's all about.
Same ending as the first one almost.
Being a little harsh on it, aren't you?
Yeah, God. It's really like the character performances in the movie are what carry me through, and that's what makes me enjoy it. Like watching what's his name do Janosch Poha, you know?
Oh, he's great. The Upper West Side.
Oh, but I woo. He just does such an incredible job. And all those character actors are just such a joy to watch. And of course, it's always a joy to watch Bill Murray, Dan Aykroyd, Harold Ramis. You know, they're always great.
Ernie Hudson.
Ernie Hudson. I'm
For the
sorry,
14
Ernie.
seconds
I'm
he's in
sorry,
the movie.
Mr. Hudson. You were done a major disservice. And oh, dude, you know what? I think he was even buried harder in this comic adaptation.
I looked through the comic.
He was
to see
nowhere
if
in
he was
it.
in there more, and yeah, he's less.
Just the party scene, and then like as a background character.
It's
for the
two or three moments you get with him, barely, and it's pretty sad.
Yeah.
Oh man,
The world owes Ernie Hudson an apology.
Well, that's what they tried to do with the Frozen Empire, isn't it?
yeah, they did.
Kind of a big apology to Ernie Hudson.
What movie?
Yeah,
the first 20 minutes that I did watch of it.
that was such garbage. Anyway,
Well,
that was Ghostbusters 2 by Now Comics. 3 issues. Henry, bag it and board it or just ignore it.
I'm bagging and boarded. It's a piece of history.
Oh dang! Because Now Comics and their
Because
history.
Now Comics, because Tobias, because the real Ghostbusters.
Yeah,
You know, I don't see a reason why to get rid of it.
Matt, bag it and board it or just ignore it.
just ignore it.
Wow. Ooh. Would you like to elaborate on that, or are you just like completely disinterested?
No, I'll elaborate. Hold on.
You know what? I am going to go ahead and elaborate with Matt because I agree with him. I'm going to go ahead and say just ignore it, which is funny for me because before, you know what? Like I owned these for a while before I read them, and I think I enjoyed owning them more than reading them.
Yeah.
Like what Henry said still holds true. Like the history is cool. The weird mashup that you see with the real Ghostbusters and not real Ghostbusters stories is like you'll never see that happen anywhere else, you know. That kind of stuff is cool. But reading these things made me not like it.
Just don't read it. Don't get too deep into it.
And
Just appreciate the covers.
Not only that, but it made me like look at the movie, of course, in a whole different way, and it made me sort of like fucking like come to terms with the things that I should have a long time ago about why I don't like the movie.
Yeah.
And then the things that I do like about the movie that I was like, well, but I still like this part. The comic fucking flops on it. So it's like it's reminding me of it's bringing to light all my worst things about the movie, and it's dropping all my favorite things about the movie. So here I am now. It's hard for me to admit, but I say, pass. If you're a big Ghostbusters fan and a collector, it's cool for a collection.
Yeah, I could see it being, you have to have everything, but
otherwise, you don't need to bag it and board it. Just skip it.
Yeah.
Agreed. Save this. It's also not going up in value, I don't think.
No.
I'm pretty sure you could still get these for a song. You can
every
read
once
them
in a while
online if you have just a little bit of time to look. You're good to go.
No, I think every once in a while when the Ghostbusters nostalgia kicks us again, whether it's because of a new movie or something or NECA toys,
I think
release more.
Ghostbusters nostalgia is dead. I don't think it's coming back.
Oh no!
You know what?
Reitman's kid killed it.
I think you're kind of right. Well,
Yeah.
I don't know, Matt, because I have pretty successfully handed down Ghostbusters love to my children.
Well,
So
that's all well
we'll-
and good, but they're
we'll
not
see what they
Hollywood
do with it.
producers yet.
Well, that's true. Not yet. Isn't
Yeah.
it crazy how like enough time goes by and all of a sudden what I used to consider myself a fan of, I can kind of no longer consider myself a fan of. It's sort of disheartening. It's like how many bad entries need to come out until you could no longer call yourself a fan of the property?
That's true of everything. Yeah.
That sucks so hard
Yeah.
because I'm the biggest Ghostbusters fan, but the more shitty movies they make, it's like, well, I'm not exactly a Ghostbusters fan though, because like it's like I like the movie, I like the cartoon. It kind of ends there. So am I a Ghostbusters fan, guys? I don't know. I'm going through an identity crisis right now.
I think you can be a selective fan.
Selective fan. I am. Yeah, I am. Like Star Wars. You know, am I a Star Wars fan? Like, no, not exactly. But I love Star Wars.
Love Star Wars, yeah.
I don't know how to explain it. They just keep making more shit. I can't say that I'm a fan of the overall property.
You never know, though. One of them might work.
You never know.
You never know.
By then, though, we're going to be so old, we don't give a shit.
Could they, you know, not redo Ghostbusters, but could they do the idea again? Because that's how, if you think about it, that's how Ghostbusters happened in the first place. It was like a reimagining of ideas that were already happening. They took the Laurel and Hardy shit and the Bob Hope shit and all that shit that was already happening and like refiltered it in a Steven Spielberg, George Lucas like way and made a new property out of it. Can that be done again with this concept is what I'm asking. Paranormal investigators that go out and like deal with ghosts and
that's
it's sort of it's sort of a comedy. Can it be something like that but not be Ghostbusters? And what do you do?
That topic is huge on everywhere, YouTube and TikTok. There's people doing their paranormal investigations and conducting tours in like your local downtown areas. But it's I forgot what I was going to say.
It seems like the progression from that though, like if you take those Ghost Hunters shows and go like, okay, well, how does this become a movie? You end up with a found footage movie. Or something like that. You know what I mean?
There was a limited series that Nick Frost did where it's like a comedy paranormal investigator thing on Prime.
Oh, I think I know what you're talking about, but I never watched it. But
it wasn't very good.
No, but 13 Ghosts. There's supposed to be a relaunch of that. There was a Netflix series or something that's coming. That could potentially be.
They'd have to but that's already a title though, Yeah.
That was a good one.
I just mean like take everything that exists before it, blend it up and distill it and give me something new. That's how Ghostbusters happened in the first place. And we keep, when are we going to stop trying to recreate that and try to recreate like what they did? Am I making sense?
No, yeah. The like the nuts and bolts of it.
Yeah, instead of the surface.
Instead of just like, let's recast all these Ghostbusters with legacy characters and put a new movie out every 2 years.
I don't know, but again,
that's our old man.
This comic gave me bad vibes, man.
I know, it sucks.
It made me think negatively.
That doesn't happen very much
about stuff. I know. I'm having a hard time justifying this, Henry.
I don't blame you. I don't blame you.
So anyway, that was Ghostbusters 2. We've got 2 ignores and 1 bag and board.
I'll back and forth that shit, man. That's
what? It's hard for me to argue with that also.
Those are nice covers.
So we don't know what we're coming back with. Guys, anything else to say about Ghostbusters 2 or Ghostbusters or this comic or now comics or anything that we've talked about? Final thoughts?
That was my final thought. Was
answer the call.
Answer the call. Go watch it.
Man, son of a bitch. And also another thing is like if you think that like all the stupidest stuff was in like that movie or whatever, we'll watch Ghostbusters 2 again because there's some stupid shit in there.
I don't believe you, but
That
okay.
just like, oh my god. How about like at the end of that awesome fucking I want to say Fratellis, but that's Goonies. Scolari. At the end of the Scolari brothers thing, they catch the ghost and it's that triumphant moment, like they're back. But then they all three stop to do this weird like rhyme thing, like sing song rhyme thing. That I don't know.
That's totally something that like Venkman would have them rehearse though when they were bored at the firehouse.
It goes 2 in the box, ready to go. We be fast and they be slow.
Doesn't bother me.
That doesn't bother you, Matt?
Nope.
They say fun. They be fast and we be. They say we be fast and they be slow.
Yes.
That comes out of Harold Ramis's mouth, I think.
I don't know, man.
Okay. That's just awful. Awful.
It's cringe.
Anyway.
Yep.
2 in the box. Do they say that? And if they catch a different amount of ghosts, is it a different number?
8 in the box.
8 in the box. Ready to go.
It works. Yeah, it works.
Yeah.
It's just so
32 in the box. 47 in the box.
That was another Movies is Comics. Signing off. Till next time. I don't know what it's going to be. We'll come up with it later, guys. What do you say?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll figure it out.
Ghostbusters.
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned. That's right.
Stay tuned, bros.
We're coming back. Like I said before, I think next Movies is Comics. I want to go, get outside. We've been dealing with the late 80s, early 90s for a while. I think I want to go 70s.
Oh, are you sure?
I kind of sure, actually.
It sounds like he already knows.
Juicy stuff to pick from. Juicy stuff.
Is that like a hint?
No, it's not at all. I think we should do 2001.
Jack Kirby.
Oh, man. He killed Nazis.
Yeah, I killed the Nazis.
Fuck yeah. I think we should do 2001. That could be pretty epic. That might have to be a 2-parter. We might have to split that shit up, honestly. And could do it over the course of a couple weeks or something.
All right.
Sounds good.
Think about it. We'll talk about it. Whatever. Till then, read your movies. Is that our sign off? I think it is.
Yeah, that's the one.
Read your movies and be cool and do cool stuff.
I always say that.
Yeah, be cool. Hey, do cool stuff. All right.
Cool stuff, guys.
Do cool stuff.